Welcome back to the series where I pretend my opinion matters. The sucky thing, I recorded this yesterday, but the issue is the first half of the thing didn't record, so like I don't know what the hell's going on here. So I have to do the whole thing over. Not the whole thing, the first half of it. I'm not doing the fucking whole thing over, just the first 5 photos. Oh, by the way, I'm looking at my sister's photos today. I know I should have done that. There are other things that I said when I fucking recorded this first half of this yesterday. But I'm looking at my sister's photos. She's not a photographer, she doesn't care to be. She just takes things for her Insta and she thinks it look good. And she edits on VSCO, which I hate because I'm a fucking snob, but yeah, for basic context, I'm a fashion editorial bullshit photographer, shoot like social media stuff in New York City. That's my bread and butter. You can look at all that stuff right here. I've been shooting for 5 years. My opinion kind of is worth something, I guess. If you're an amateur, looking at this kind of stuff will help you figure out what's going on in your photos and when you shoot. So, alrighty, first one. I don't like this one. I like the concept a lot. I just hate the execution. I just think she looks so goddamn orange. Like her face, the thing that really fucks this photo up is just her face is so orange. Everything else is dope except for this sliver right here, just left of the backdrop, with the backdrop hitting the wall. But it's just so fucking, her face is so goddamn orange. The newspaper idea is really dope. I like it. I like the whole, you know, it feels very, what's the word? Very, I don't know, artsy-fartsy. I like saying artsy-fartsy, it's fun. It feels very artsy-fartsy, which is kind of cool. I'm into. I pretty much like everything about it. I don't know why her hand is so dainty on the newspaper. She should be gripping it, but other than that, it's like everything except for her face. It's just, which is kind of funny. I like everything about the photo except her face. No, it's just because it's so goddamn orange. Just like pull that shit back towards not orange, you know? And I know it's really fucked up because if you really look at it, her face is like close-ish to the color it should be. But the issue that comes is that it's the orange background makes her face look more orange than it should be. It makes it blend in. I don't really mind the green in her glasses. I would have rather that be pushed towards yellow, but the green kind of makes that, it kind of pops-ish. And I know that's from the glare of the light or whatever, but I'm kind of into it. I'd keep it, but or I'd try like pushing it towards yellow, or not looking so much at the light, getting that glare out of it. But that's it. Next one. I like this-ish. I just think the focal point being this, right? I think that should like pop more. I mean, that's not exactly the intention of the photo, and I could tell just because everything's kind of just darkened and moody or whatever the hell. You know, this has that very, you know, rainy, stormy, moody teenage look that the VSCO girls like, but I say still pull this up a bit because like I like silhouettes is cool. Having a silhouette of the skyline is kind of cool. It just kind of, especially when it's like a stark contrast from the rest of this, but it kind of blends into the rest from down here. I think just bring that up a bit and have it be more of a focal point, you know. Other than that, it's kind of fine. This car, I could take it or leave it. And actually leave it because I'd like to see this be a little bit more barren and empty. That would make it look more like apocalyptic-ish. Like it would bring out more of a feeling in it if this car wasn't there. And also this is like the same processing as like this one. Just throw a fucking stupid VSCO filter over it, which I you know, I'm not super into. Like this is, I like doing like a ton of film grain. Film grain looks super cool, I think, right? And I think it could have looked cool here if like every other part of the photo was dope. It's really just like missing the focal, like if the focal point was more pronounced, then I'd be into it more. But other than that, it's kind of, you know, I did like this one as a product shot. I'm not much of a product photographer, like in terms of like just bare product. I'm trying to get better. I've taken a couple good ones, but not the greatest. Like shooting sneakers and shoes and boots and stuff like that. I've done stuff like that, but and like alcohol. I think Peter McKinnon is an incredible product photographer. Like look at this shit. Like this stuff is really dope. There's like a circle jerk of people hating on Peter McKinnon because he's, the what's up guys, welcome back to, 2 Minute Tuesdays or whatever the hell. They hate that, but you can't deny that he's an excellent behind the camera doing product stuff, right? Like the Instagrammy, very like travel vloggy style whatever's, or sure that could be kind of whack, like it's just like normal Insta stuff, right? That kind of falls flat in my opinion, but like the product stuff, I think he does incredible stuff here. I'm not trying to compare this specifically to that product stuff. Like I do like this though, right? I love the shadows. I love the placement of everything. This is like this is composed really well. Like the layout is really well done. You don't got a lot of like lines leading towards things, except for maybe this line through the book, focused on her hand. I wish she had like some more hand art on, so jewelry, a couple more rings. This is my sister's hand. She took this shit herself, so it's not like she's got tattoos or anything, but like shit like that would be dope. And that's kind of also in like that Peter McKinnon-y, grungy whatever, but I want tattoos on my hands for the same fucking reason, so I could so the photos could come out dope. I do like the depth of it, right? It doesn't fall just completely flat, mainly because of this globe here, right? This globe actually brings out some depth in the photo, and I love the texture of the leather. I really do like it. Only thing I could do with more clutter though. I feel like a bit more clutter would be cool. The processing is fine. There's nothing special. I do this blue up here could have been brought a little bit warmer, because it's just a little distracting to me. Other than that, for the most part, layout composition wise, it's not bad. I like it. This one as well. I like this one as well. I don't know what she's doing with her hand here. I feel like maybe she could have rested her hand. But other than that, and this blue up here, like the sky, and especially this green is annoying. I would have brought that towards yellow and brought the sky board towards like white, like warm it up until it's closer to white, so you get rid of some of that blue in there. Yeah, I like this. There are a lot of shapes. So something that she does well is like playing with shapes. Hold on, she has a photo later on that you'll see too. But she uses shapes really well. So you got this light over here with all these cubes. Circle, a lot of squares up here. This line kind of leads ish, right? But it kind of just leads up and down the photo, and only this line is really leading, but it kind of passes right through her and feels a little bit separated. So maybe watch out for stuff like that. Like maybe you could clone that out. Yeah, I like the shadow. I like the feeling of it. It's not bad. I do like, but eye contact here would be cool. I like this. She's not naked, so I'm not looking at a naked photo of my sister. That'd be fucking weird. She's wearing something down here, which she explained to me because I was like, I don't want to do that one. For the most part, I like it, except the fact it's not centered. Like just basic compositionally, it's not centered. Also, it's like, could have left the hair up here in, like, pull back a little bit or go higher a little bit, get the whole head, all the hair in the photo. I think that'd be dope. I think it's fine. I mean, I can't really judge it so much on processing though. Like it's really, all these photos so far are mostly being judged on composition, concept, I guess. But I do like this photo. So, okay, photos like this kind of elude me. I don't really know how to critique these because they feel like film snapshots versus, that's to use like Jared Polin, FronosPhotos.com's terminology. Snapshot, right? It feels kind of just thrown away, not crafted so much. Just because like there's nothing really, I can't like grab onto anything here, except for my gorgeous self, right? Which you can't even see very much of because I'm here staring down. Ooh, are my lips chapped? That's no good. My lips are chapped right now too. I probably should like prepare more visually for these things instead of throwing a t-shirt on and fucking. Okay, this one's just kind of creepy to me, and it's like overly bright, and the crop is like kind of weird because her eyes don't fall on like any line. I mean, I guess they've both fall on each third, but like still not even centered. Try to get, if you're gonna do something like these, because I've seen these done before, and I've definitely tried something like these before. Get the eyes on like the bottom line of the rule of thirds, you know? Bottom or top, either one. I mean, I say the bottom if you're trying to do like this hair thing where like the hair takes up most of the frame and that fills in whatever negative space would be there, and like that's the focus, and fine. But I mean, it just looks like a shot of her forehead. I love shit like these. Like if they're done black and white, I love those. So this looks very cinematic, but cinematic doesn't make for a good photo. It's just some droplets on some leaves, which could be cool, like if done in a certain way. Like if you're doing it very, yeah, I don't know. This one just feels kind of flat. It's shot from the side. It's not like there's no real focal point except maybe this one droplet here. You know, otherwise it's just like a bunch of leaves that lead to nothing. Nothing underneath it, nothing above it. It's not coming from anywhere except this general direction. There's no like texture to look at. It's just a shallow depth of field shot of some leaves. It's like baseline cinematic. Try to avoid like baseline cinematic stuff because I don't know. There's better stuff you could do. You look like the Joker in this photo. Yo, Kanyia, you look like the Joker in this photo. Oh, you're just ignoring me. Kanyia's over it today. I don't know what happened. Okay, again, same problem as before, but different because I don't really care for the concept here. The other one, I like the concept, you know, newspaper, you behind the thing and you know, whatever, but also you're like basically as orange as this. Like, listen, I feel like if you were only to look at the face, it'd be like, okay, the face is what the skin tone would look like in this scenario, like this close to it, but the orange kind of just makes her kind of fucking blend in, and it's weird. And then got this, you know, orange jacket, orange. It's like orange upon orange could be cool, but it's really weird. Also, like the red lips are just, I don't know what's going on over here. It looks like a mess, I'll be honest. I'm sorry. This is not me just trying to freaking be an asshole to my sister, because I do that on a daily anyway. I'm trying to like actually do something here. Also, not centered. And like, listen, if you left more space on the side and like it was like a half and half empty space and you on one corner, or even like a landscape shot, right? Straight landscape shot, right? Total landscape, and then like you're right over here and like it's this whole fucking thing. That could be super cool, but otherwise it kind of falls flat. So next one, I just spit mad much. I just spit on the screen. Great. That's gonna annoy me. Ugh. This one could be cool. I actually like it. I think just go lower. Go lower, make it more like freaking dynamic, I guess. Like get it really wild, like really distorted. And other than that, like this seat, this is the exact chair. She shot this right here where I have all this shit set up. I can tell. And on the same chair. This looks weird because like there's this pole just sticking straight up your ass. It looks like you're fucking, you know, sitting on the pole and not on the seat itself. So get rid of that. Or like shoot lower and establish that's a fucking seat there, because it looks like just a pole sticking up your ass. We are in the home stretch. Wait, there's more. There's supposed to be more. What the hell? Am I missing one? 9, 10. There was one photo that I really liked. I'm gonna fucking critique that one anyway. Hold up. All right, I'm looking at this last one on my phone because I didn't have, like, I'm not fucking uploading the thing just to critique one photo. I'm recording this shit off my phone. I like this photo a lot, right? And I saw this shit when she sent it to me. I don't know why the hell it didn't go through. I love this photo a lot. This one is definitely like proper, is cinematic, and it's like deservedly so. Like you got some depth. You got her right here. I could hardly fucking like zoom in to show you shit like this. Weird ass expression. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'd want to see what the hell the context of this is, you know? And I think that's what really makes a cinematic shot. It doesn't tell a story, because photos really, to be honest, don't tell the story. They present a scene, and you derive whatever meaning or story from it that you want to. And I know I've slipped up and said in the last video that it tells a story or whatever, but stories, photographs, photography doesn't tell stories. It presents a scene, you make a story from your own thing. Even regardless of the artist's intent, it's still you creating a story from what you see presented in the photo. And this, I'm like, I want to see what the hell is going on here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I really do love this, like, inexplicably. Like, I love the shapes going on here. You got the triangles over in the, do I have to show you like a fucking class? You have the triangles in the corner over here, and I like that it's separated by these rectangular things, and just, it's this very geometric photo. I'm dead doing this, like, kind of patronizing, like you're a fucking 5-year-old's. Ooh, is that what it is, Mr. Cameron Callis, or whatever the hell I'd be called? Mr. C? I know this is the 11th photo, and I'm supposed to be doing 10, but I added this because I saw it, and I'm like, I think it's a great depiction of, like, a photograph that it's cinematic, but not, it still works as a photograph, you know? It's not just, it doesn't rely on being cinematic. Yeah, compositionally, tonally, everything about it. I really like it. I know my sister doesn't give a shit about like taking good photos, just stuff that looks good to her. But I mean, this obviously is subjective. What looks good to one might not look good to another. These work out. Whether she cares about them being critiqued or not, doesn't really give a fuck about this, because this is not for her, you know? This is for whoever decides to stumble on this video in 1,000 years after the heat death of the universe. And this is the only thing that survives. So this is their entertainment until they inevitably die of starvation. That got morbid for no reason. I don't know why. I didn't do my podcast today. That could be why. I didn't do it yet. I might do it tonight, but lessons, takeaways from this photo. Okay, from this set, I think one thing that's really weird is people trying to use like cinematic as a crux of, like, that's a crutch for their photo. Like they try to let their photo hold up on just the idea of being like baseline cinematic, and that's annoying to me, because I used to try to do the same thing. Shallowed at the field, a ton of film grain, fucking no real subject, or the subject is kind of whatever. It usually is like detail shots like those leaves or whatever the hell with the water dripping off, but sometimes you could do it really well. Like that last shot is, I think, a great example of how to do cinematic in a photograph. Not cinematic, cinematic. Think of it this way, right? The best way to do cinematic is create a story in your head before you take the photo, right? Create a scenario in your head before you take the photo. And then when you take that photo, make that photo a frame of that overall story, right? So like that last photo, the black and white, it's not just, it's very much just a still frame, of course, but it has just enough context within it to know that there's like, okay, no, there's more to want to be known. I want to know what happens right before that frame and right after that, or right before this photo and right after that photo, because that could actually, a set of 3 of those photos, I think, can actually like portray a concept, versus just the leaves, shallow depth of field, ton of film grain, fucking blue and teal and orange, or teal and green processing. It's just this kind of boring, you know, what am I looking at? It's just this thing. You can actually make a photo like that kind of appealing, like a wallpaper style thing, but I don't think there's a way to go about it getting like this flat, amorphous, just random spot on a tree. There are ways to compose a photo of nothing which a tree kind of is. Like, just think of architectural photographers, right? Or like, ignore landscape guys who like focus on that specifically. Think of architecture. Architecture is literally just shooting buildings. When you think about it, there's not really any extra fucking frills to it. It's shooting buildings. You're shooting at a still thing that's always there, right? Trees move it more than buildings do, right? And trees, in my opinion, sometimes look better. So people who shoot like this, like street stuff or whatever, they are able to interpret that same thing that everyone shoots. Think of the Flatiron Building. There was one time, look at these photos. This side. Look at these photos. It's the same Flatiron Building that everyone takes fucking photos of all the time whenever they come to New York City. It's the same building. How you interpret it, right? Anyone could just go up to a tree, put the fucking camera up, take the thing, or they could like find a way to actually like frame it or have lines going through it or interesting shapes happening, but try to remove the idea of cinematic from your mind unless it involves subjects that can help portray more of a overarching narrative, right? Or give you the idea of more of an overarching narrative. If someone sends me some more, I'll do more. But this has been episode 2 of KJO Critiques or whatever the hell. Oh, I'm terrible at this YouTube shit. I forgot to plug myself. But if you're here, you already know who I am, so whatever, right? At KJO Cameron on Twitter, at KJO Callis on Instagram, at the Unprompted Podcast on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, fucking Stitcher, Anchor, Last FM, all of this shit. Last FM, is that for podcasts? I think. I don't know. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. Watch some other bullshit, or fucking go take some photos, or don't if you're not a photographer, and just chill, I guess. I got my braces out. Look at that. I was just figuring out a pad time. That's probably been 30 seconds already. I don't know. That's it.